for future bookings. That's the title that I want you to have in your head. Not just, out and about booking, but how are you marketing yourself for future bookings? I saw a sign on the way here this morning. It says, "Success is trending." Don't y'all want to be on trend? Yes. So I thought that was so cool. It was just a big billboard. I don't even know what they were advertising, but it says, "Success is trending." So I want us to be on trend. And we're going to talk about how you can market yourself so that you will be successful. Basically what that is you're branding yourself. You're selling you. Premier's already branded themselves. They are a high fashion jewelry company. But what you're doing is you're selling yourself. You're branding you. So I'm going to have to use my glasses today. My contacts were giving me fits, so forgive me if they're on and off. But that's just the way it is. When you're 55 years old, you can't see squat. So here we go. These are cute, right? All right. So how do you brand yourself? First of all, you're building relationships constantly, and that is a huge part of branding yourself. Building fashion credibility. Your longevity in your business. The longer you stay in Premier, the more value you give to what you do. For me to be able to say I'm in my 27th year in Premier, that goes a long way. And I've always been committed just to selling one thing, too. When I first got into Premier, it was like, I'm going to do Premier and nothing else. I don't want my friends to think, well, she's selling this, and now she's selling that, and she sells this and that. I just really wanted to be good at the one thing, do it well, and know my customers, give them the knowledge that I'm going to be there for them for the long term. So, here's kind of an analogy for you. How many of you love to dig or plant? Anybody? Or are y'all too busy with little ones still? But I love to plant. It's therapeutic for me. I love to get out in my yard where there's no phone, no anything, and I can just dig and enjoy filling the pots and just making my yard beautiful. And the thing that came to my mind is that, if you put a plant and you dip the roots in dirt, and then you sit it down on the sidewalk and come back a week later, and then you pick up that same plant and you dip it in the dirt again, it's not going to grow. It's not going to grow that way. It's got to be immersed in the soil. It's got to be watered, fertilized, even pruned, the bad parts cut back so that it can grow even better. And really, truly, that's such a great analogy for our business. You can't dip your toes in Premier every now and then, or go to training here and there, and expect for your business to grow and to be successful. You really have to immerse yourself in it. And that means just doing the everyday things and doing them well. The senior leaders or people that have been in for a long time, it's not that we do anything fabulous. We do the everyday things all the time, consistently, long term, and you get better at it. So that's just kind of the mindset I want you to look at as we talk. What are the things that are you doing to immerse yourself in your business day to day and making those skills honed so that you can be really good at it? 2 words I want you to remember, and you Indiana girls should have these in your notes already, but you're going to hear it again. Proactive and intentional. Those are 2 words that just need to be a part of your life if you're going to build a successful Premier business. We go the extra mile. Now, what does the extra mile mean? It means that it sparks a wow factor in someone, right? If you say that person went the extra mile, that means they did something that sparked a wow factor in you that made you remember who they were. Typically, the opportunity to go the extra mile comes from a problem, doesn't it? If someone has a piece of broken jewelry, or the wrong item was shipped to them, or the delivery was late, or something like that. It gives you the opportunity to see the real opportunity and to know how you can solve that. I'll give you an example of a time when I went the extra mile. I had a girl call me that I didn't know. She had a broken piece of jewelry. Her jewelry lady wasn't in the business anymore, so she got my name and came by my house to drop off the ring. And at that point, I said, how long is it, have you been to a show? Or, and just conversation with her, found out that she had had a show before, but it had been a long time. And I said, well, you love this ring, but you're saying to me you love jewelry so much, why don't you host a show? And I kind of reminded her about the hostess plan. Anyway, long story short, we went from a broken piece of jewelry to hosting a show to being a jeweler. So, and I'm sure all of you have examples of that. But it was going the extra mile. You want to do things that go the extra mile, that build credibility for you and who you are, and that brands you as what? a person who cares, a person that serves, and that will go out of your way to do what's best for your customers and clients. All right, have a notebook of contacts that you keep. Oh, I left mine on my desk back there. Did I? Is it a pink notebook? I mean, it was just a visual, but why not? Just go ahead and bring it up. I got you. It's cute. It's got my monogram on it. Oh, you know, since I moved to the South, I learned that monogramming is really cool, so I monogram everything. I even have rain boots that have my monogram on it. So, love it. But this is a notebook for my real estate business, but I've got one for my premier work, and it's a notebook that I carry, and it's got contacts in it. If I've met someone, let's say I met Megan at Party City, I would put her information as soon as if she didn't give me a card, but she told me things, as soon as I got out to the car, this is with me all the time, by the way, I would write her name, her phone number. I met her at Party City. She was buying balloons for her daughter's birthday. Her daughter's going to be 6. Whatever I want to remember about her, so that when I call her back, I know, I can say, hey, this is Jerri Ross. We met at Party City. How was Kendall's birthday party? Did she love the blah, blah, blah? I'm able to be personal. And also, if any of you are having problems with how do I keep up? How do I follow up? How do I keep track of all the leads that I get? This is the way you do it. You have one place where you have one section for maybe retail opportunities, or one section for booking contacts, or one of people that you are wanting to talk about getting into Premier. So you see that this can really be a great tool for you, and I use that a lot. All right. Follow-up is so important. I didn't realize how many references I was going to give to North and South, but it's coming out that way, so it looks Brooke, you started something. But my mother didn't teach me the importance of writing thank you notes. It just wasn't something we did. But when I moved to the heart of Mississippi, oh goodness, you write a thank you note for everything. And my children wrote thank you notes at age, as soon as they could write, they were writing thank you notes for birthday parties and things like that. So it's real important, especially nowadays, y'all. People nowadays. And you guys, it's really important to write thank you notes even more now, because people don't do it as much now. They don't communicate like that anymore. How many of you run to the mailbox and go through the mail to find a handwritten note first? We all do. It's more fun to open than a bill or junk mail. So what do you write in the thank you note? First of all, you have nice stationery. Not silly, something you found that was given to your daughter at a birthday party or something like that. Something that's classy. Mine's just white with black border, and it's got Jerri Ross in bold print at the top, white envelopes. Mine's very simple. But just a nice stationery. Keep stamps at home, by the way. If you don't have stationery and stamps at home, you're less likely to do it when you need to. The handwriting of thank you notes will go on the back burner and you won't get to it, but if you have all the tools that you need at your house, you'll do it more often. But what do you write in a thank you note? You tell them what you're thanking them for. Thank you for complimenting my jewelry. Thank you for coming to my OP. Thank you for coming to someone's show. Whatever. Thank them for, say what you're thanking them for first. Then, where you met. I might say, Megan, thank you so much for complimenting my jewelry. Remember, we met at Party City. And if I'm including a catalog with my thank you note, I might say, hey, the earrings that you complimented are on page 32. I'm giving her a reason to get into the catalog, right? And I'm showing her the actual piece that she complimented. And hey, make sure you notice there's a necklace that matches it, or something else to make her look even further. And then I include my business card possibly, or a gift card. Now, I don't use coupons, I use gift cards, because coupons can be thrown away. Gift cards are money. They're actual money. It's not a discount off of. So I just use these little ones from Premier Incentives. They're just, it says shopping spree on me. And then on the back, it's got a spot where you can fill in the amount that you want to make the gift card for, and a little spot here to put your information. So I print small labels with my info there, and then just fill in the amount that I want the gift card to be used for. These look really nice, so that's why I like these. I like to support community incentives. Okay, so that's what goes in my thank you notes. All right, let's talk about networking, my new favorite word. Well, it's always been one of my favorite things to do, but it's even more so here. Excuse me. Network like it's your job. Because it is.
Yeah.
You know, it really is when you're in business for yourself. Listen to this. This is the definition of networking. To interact with other people, to exchange information, to further one's career, or to develop new contacts. Okay? To interact with other people, to exchange information, to further one's career, or to develop contacts. So, what are some examples of where you network? Your Sunday school class, church, anywhere where you're with other people, right? Basically, anywhere that you are where there are other people around is an opportunity to network. Now, there are things that we go to just for the purpose of networking. But, and you're going to find that if you're, let's say your calendar's empty or you're really wanting to meet new people and you're kind of in a, a slow spot. It can be you're a brand new jeweler, or you have been in for a long time and you're kind of in a slump, or you've moved somewhere new, like I have, and you really have to get your momentum back again. So you might find that you really have to be intentional and proactive about everything that you do, and very intentional about going to networking events. So it may be that you work really hard for a short time and sacrifice in some other ways till you get your momentum built up again, right?
Yeah.
So, how do you network? We're going to talk a little bit more detail in that. But one thing past the networking events that you want to do is give yourself opportunities to get more personally involved with those people that you meet. Now, how do you do that? You set up coffees and lunches and other things outside those meetings for you to get to know one another a little bit better. My goal this year is to do 3 of those a week. Not 3 networking events, that's totally separate. 3 coffees and or lunches a week outside of those networking events with those specific people that I met. I did 16 in the month of January. Wow. And I am writing down lunch and coffee. I have 2 columns in my notebook, and I say who I met, where I met them, if we met for coffee or lunch, what did we talk about, and how did we leave it? Did they give me someone that they gave me as a referral and I needed to follow up with them? So I can look at my notebook and say, okay, it's been a month or 2 since I, met with Carson. I need to touch back with her and maybe reconnect with somebody that I really want to woo into the company, or that I feel like would be a great hostess. Do you see what I mean about the importance of that one-on-one time? Because at the networking events, you're going to gather names, but you're really not going to get to know each other and know how you can help one another until you get outside of that and meet in a more personal way. So, we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a little bit. But I want you to think about the 3 types of people that get into this business. They're either the posers, the amateurs, or the professionals. The poser gets in and they just want to get rich quick. That's all they want. They see direct sales opportunities as get in, make quick money, and get out. The amateur will get in and work a little bit more, but they want the shortcuts. We want to be the professionals. We want to be in for the long term, and we want to hone the skills that build a long-term business. Okay, we all want to be professionals, I hope. And what that means is that we have to do the uncomfortable until it's comfortable. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all tell me, sometimes you pop out, what's uncomfortable to you? What makes you uncomfortable in this business?
Phone calls.
Phone calls. What else?
Talking to people that you don't know.
Talking to people you don't know. Oh, inviting people to OPs or doing them? Doing them. What else? Anything else?
Organizing my office.
Organizing our office.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I will tell you, I've always been comfortable up front. I sang in a band in high school and college. I was the lead singer of the band in college. I'm very comfortable in a large group. You put me to sing in front of 3 or 4 people and it scares me to death. I was comfortable in a large group like in church, but if you put me in a pew and the preacher says, okay, greet those around you, I was the person that was digging for gum or, reading my Bible, or I was get up and go to the bathroom all of a sudden. I hated that. It made me extremely uncomfortable. But I've learned that I had to do the uncomfortable until it was comfortable. And I've done it time and time again, where now I'm the one that's walking the pew, going across the hall. Hey, I'm Jerri Ross. We're so glad you're here. I'm very comfortable with it now, but I didn't used to be. So if you are in a place that's very uncomfortable, that's keeping you from moving forward in your business, just keep doing it. Just put a note on your desk that says, do the uncomfortable until it's comfortable. Because it will be, I'm sure you it will be.
That's something awesome. Like, that's a new one that I'll use for sure. Because when I first started, I went to a training and they had a girl fly in. She was, a senior leader and I was brand new. And she said, 2 minutes of being uncomfortable to be successful. And I trained my girls on that. I'm like, listen, y'all, that is like the one thing that stuck. Like early on, get outside your box. And I got a big one and I still get out of mine. Like, you have to get outside your box and be uncomfortable for a minute.
That's true.
But you have nothing to lose in the game.
Right.
So.
The pain of doing is always harder, but the pain of regrets so much worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, just do the pain of doing, you'll be so glad when you get past that. All right. So the pain of doing to promote future bookings. What do we need to do to get to that point? Again, we're marketing ourselves for future bookings. We may not get a booking right this minute, but the things that we are doing will eventually, it's like planting the seeds and sponsoring, right? The things that you're doing, you're building fashion credibility for yourself. So number 1, dress the part.
Yeah.
Do you look like the jewelry lady? This is the one I love to say. When you look in the mirror before you walk out the door, you ask yourself, do I look qualified to give fashion advice?
Mm-hmm.
Are ladies going to be excited and proud to invite me into their home to teach their friends and family about fashion?
That's good.
Seriously. Do you want to go to a hairstylist where she's got roots this wide and her hair doesn't look like she's had it trimmed in a year? She may be really good at what she does, right? But you don't think so because of how she looks. Y'all, that is the number 1 way you brand yourself, is that you have got to, our hope necklace and our dotted gold earrings look great together. But are you the fashion guru looking like that when you're out and about and you're looking to brand yourself or you're looking to get bookings outside the home? It's not going to happen like that. You've really got to step it up. You need to have, when someone walks in the room, they can scan and say, oh my gosh, she must be the jewelry lady.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. And I don't mean that you have to wear your whole kit. Some new jewelers do, right? Out of the rally, they've got on their whole kit. I just mean that they have that pulled together look, right? You can tell someone's really thought through their look. All right, let's move on. Preparation. You've got to be prepared. You cannot wait until you have bookings to have a calendar to write the dates on, or to have your hostess packets ready, or to have catalogs at your house stamped and ready. You need to have all of that ready so you are ready to hit the ground when you have those shows on your calendar. You need to know the marketing plan. You need to know that before you have people to share it with. You need to know your hostess plan. You need to know your product. Don't wait until someone asks you something and went, oh my gosh, let me go home and check and I'll get back with you on that. No. While you have downtime, take advantage of it. Learn your product. Learn your company. Go shadow somebody else that's doing shows and learn from them why you don't have something on yours. Okay? Be prepared in your car, your office. This is a little container that I carry in my car. And it holds my catalogs here. It's got spots for pens on the side. I've got my notebook for contacts in there. I've got a little thing of jewelry cleaner and polishing cloth, my gift cards. Everything that I need is right here. Now let me ask you, because this happened to me last week. I had a one-on-one with a new a referral that was given to me. We had coffee. Businesswoman, she's works for a bank. And she said, oh my gosh, you know, our conversation, she says, do you have a catalog with you? Yes. Yes. Yes, we have a catalog with us. And we were walking, she goes, well, I'll just walk out to your car with you. Now, would you have been more impressed with me if you were her? If I open my car and I pull out this and I pull a little catalog out and I give her a gift card? Or would you have been more impressed if I opened up the back seat and was digging under a Chick-fil-A box? It's under here somewhere, hang on. You get the point? Okay, because as soon as she goes, oh my gosh, you're so professional.
Yeah, that's good.
It's exactly what she said to me, you're so professional. And I thought, I'm thinking to myself, thank you. That's what I was hoping would happen. You know, that they see that I treat my business like a business. So for those of you who have your catalogs,
Don't be
Chick-fil-A
naughty,
bag,
Chick-fil-A bag.
you better go home, Megan.
Where'd you get
You're
your
gonna have a Chick-fil-A bag.
It's 31.
This is 31.
31.
And, I don't know anyone 31. I ordered it at a vendor event when I was doing a vendor event, but I thought it was perfect because our catalogs fit just right in it.
What are the sticks, Jen?
You know,
What are the sticks?
Yeah.
oh, you're gonna love this. Marketing myself for future bookings. I'm a Premier Designs jewelry fan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had this designed by a marketing person in my networking group, and it's got my name and email address on it. And these I give out in the summer months because moms are going to sporting events. It's great advertising for me. And when I give it out and I show you, I say you may not have been a Premier Designs jewelry fan when you got here, but you will be when you leave. So that's what these are.
Fun.
All right, 30-second commercial.
Yes.
Do you all have a 30-second commercial?
Yes.
Everybody knows what that is. You may have heard it called an elevator talk. It's something that you can say when you get in the elevator and have it finished by the time you get off. You need to have those ready. Several of them. Who wants to stand up and give me a 30-second commercial? Anybody have one? Anybody brave? Anybody want to be uncomfortable?
I mean, I'll do it.
Stand up and be uncomfortable. No, you go first.
Hold on. And I got to have you ready.
How about 5 tickets?
Yeah!
Somebody gonna approach me?
Yeah, somebody said, I'll say, hey, what do you do? I love your necklace. Where did you get it?
Oh, it's Premier. Have you heard of it?
I have not.
Oh my gosh, I actually am a jewelry lady. I get paid to give it away for free. Here, look, I've got this right here. If you go ahead and fill this out, it's just a mini catalog, and you can check out the whole website. And there's
Yeah.
a coupon there for you. It's tons of fun. I can just get together with a couple of girlfriends, and I'll get you some free jewelry. Does that sound good?
Okay, she's positive,
Yeah.
excited, right? Now, sometimes you're not going to be able to do this, giving them something to fill out in an elevator or whatever. But, you want to gather their names. But she looks like the jewelry lady. She's positive and excited, and she's prepared. Good job.
And if you're me, you will always be able to get a number, even if you say, girl, what's your number?
Even if
Really?
you don't know.
I got in the airport.
Even if you have to write it on your hand, right?
You did that thing, and of course we got all our bling on, and so I said, girl, what's your number? You on Facebook? Is this you? She's like, hold on, I'm not on here. I don't have my last name. Find me here. And so I actually got her on Facebook, and I said, all right, what's your cell phone number real quick? Put it in my phone. So you got to be intentional to get that
That's
number,
right.
period.
Good job. Good job. All right. Retired jewelry. Use that as a tool for you. In the last year, being here and being so new in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I have a box that I carry in my car that has my retired jewelry in the nice little cellophane bags that you get from Premier Incentives. And I've got them with me, and I've used them to give away to people who served me well. I figure I've already gotten the tax deduction for it. I've already used it as a, sample sale, that sort of thing. So it's serving me better by giving it away than it is just sitting in a box. So when I bought my new car here, the woman salesperson was just so helpful with me. And I said, look, I sell jewelry. I'd love for you to pick a piece out of my box here as a thank you for serving me well. I've done that at the post office. I've done it wherever. But if you have a waitress that really goes above and beyond, use your retired jewelry like that. It's a great tool.
That's awesome.
Run errands in different part of town. Okay?
That's
If
smart.
you're not
Yes.
meeting people where you live, Y'all, I take my dogs 30 minutes away from where I live to get groomed. It's not convenient, but I take them there and I know for 2 hours, because I'm not going to drive home and drive back, I've got 2 hours. And so I'm proactive about that and intentional in that 2-hour time frame. I make lists of, I may run my errands on that end of town. I may have my grocery list with me and I'll go grocery shopping there. I may go sit in a coffee shop and write thank you notes and make calls on that part of town. But, do that. If you get stuck where you are and you're not meeting new people, go to a new place. But you're not wasting time by doing that, right? You're still running the same errands, just in a different place. Okay. Leave pins and cards everywhere. I've got an ink pen that has free jewelry, great income, and then it's got my name and phone number and email address on them. And these go in all my hostess packets. They go to every customer. When my customer checks out at my shows, I have these little bags that say thank you for your business, and it has my business card. It has a Premier fingernail file in it, and then I just take my pen and slide it on this, and that goes to every one of my customers. I'm very generous with these because I want them to be everywhere. And let me just tell you, I went to a cooking class here 6 months after I lived in Premier. I do live in Premier land in Dallas. No, but after I lived here in Dallas for 6 months, I had been giving my cards out everywhere. I went to a cooking class, and I stood up, and the lady behind me was writing with my pen.
Oh my gosh.
I had never met her before. She had not been to my show, but my pen had traveled. Never know, right? And will she call me ever? Maybe, maybe not. But the more I see my name, and they see my name, the more I'm branding myself for my business, right?
About how much are you putting into those little packets? What would that cost you with the pen to give away?
Oh my gosh.
All of that
This,
in that
this
big
pen is
sheet.
like 59 cents. How much are these?
I mean, you get a bunch of envelopes for files or you can get cheap.
Yeah, the files are like
10
10 cents maybe.
The most expensive
Less
thing
than
is
a dollar.
The pen's the most expensive thing.
Gotcha, and you're doing the pen sticker.
And they always go, oh,
No, bulks are
that's for
more.
me? That bag's so cute. And I put the receipt in here. So they get their receipt, my business card, everything.
How many pens do you order at a time? Because obviously you order
I order a bunch.
extreme bulk
Yeah.
to get that price. Because I've been wanting
You get the price
pens.
right before you order.
Yeah.
Did you order those off of this plan or do you have a specific?
No, I use a specific girl that I get promotional products from, the same one that did my
Yeah.
pens. But you can go to National Pen or other places.
Okay, I need a picture of your pen and your fan.
Yeah, I'll pass this around. Okay. I'll pass this and the fan around. Y'all can take a look at that.
What?
Pens.com, and sometimes you can get 200 pens and get 200 free. So they
Oh my gosh.
yeah, they have all kinds of special designs.
Megan,
Yes.
I thought I had an hour. Am I like 10 minutes short?
No,
We started late.
We did announce.
Okay, so is there a timekeeper or I just go?
Oh, you can, how long?
Just go, you're good.
She's behind me, so she's like, no, don't go. Okay, good. As long as you're taking notes, we're going to keep moving forward and I'll try to catch us back up on time. Okay, let's see, where were we? Pens. Giver's gain. I want you to remember that if you've never heard that sentence, giver's gain. People who give and do for others, you're going to gain by giving out, right? The more you give, it's going to come back to you. So just think about that when you're investing money in your business or you're giving away a piece of retired jewelry. Just remember it's giver's gain. Something will come back to you with that. Our inner strength bracelet, I think, is going to be a great tool with girlfriends that are going through tough times, women going through breast cancer. I mean, you name it. I went to an event the other night that had she was a, what do you call those speakers that pump you up? Yeah.
Jerri Ross.
Yes.
Yeah. She was a motivational speaker, and she said something about she thought she could, and she did, or something like that. I went, I so sent her that bracelet when I got home. Thank you. I enjoyed your talk so much. It made me think of our bracelet that we have, and I want to give that to you as a reminder, and along with my business card and a catalog. You see, there's so many opportunities to do that kind of thing. So that bracelet will be good. Hand deliver your catalogs. That's something I do every time the new jewelry is presented. When I get back home, of course, you have to mail them to some people, but I wait till I get some of the new jewelry physically that I can put on, and I get those catalogs stamped, and I have a stack in my car, and I don't go home until they're gone. And so I am dressed with the new jewelry on. I am going around, and I am hand delivering those to past customers, past hostesses, maybe offices that I want to get into. Now let me tell you, is that going to be more impressive to you that I took the time to come by and give you a catalog as opposed to just mailing it to you? Yes, you're going to be more excited. You're going to be more apt to open the catalog and to look at it. So I can come in. Tell me your name.
Jimmy.
Jimmy. Okay, Jimmy. You may not be real excited about the jewelry, but I'm going to pretend you are.
Okay.
Okay, so Jimmy, I just want to stop by and show you our new jewelry. We just got our new catalog. I got back from Dallas this weekend. In fact, this is my favorite piece that's in the new line. I think it's right here on page 30, whatever. You know, I just wanted you to have it hot off the press. I've included a coupon or a gift card, whatever. So it's just a popcorn. I may be in his office 2 seconds. I'm not going to take up his time, but I want him to know that he mattered enough for me to stop by and deliver it in person.
Yeah.
You see? And you know what you can do now?
I think my wife will love it.
Yeah, you can love it. And also, if they've got 2 seconds, what can you do? You can have them load the app on their phone.
Yeah.
So that you can show them how to see more. Now, are they going to take a little coffee break right now and scan that? You bet. They're going to get into that catalog because you brought it right then, got them excited. They saw the jewelry in person, and now they can use that app. Okay? Let's see. Do something new. If you are in a spot and nothing's happening, do something new. I got my real estate license. That was something new. Went to school. I was intentional every day for class. I dressed like the jewelry lady. It was like game on. I'm going to meet somebody every day. I sponsored my first jeweler, my second jeweler in Dallas at real estate school. She was one of the counselors there. You know, take advantage of the opportunities that you have available to you. Get into something new. I'm taking bridge lessons, for goodness sakes. You know, it's on my bucket list. I know that seems strange, but I've always wanted to learn how to play bridge. And with one of the new girls that I met here that I've become friends with said, hey, we've got about 8 girls that are going to get together and take private lessons. It'll be 6 weeks, one every Thursday for 6 weeks. Are you interested? Y'all, I'm going to be in a room with 8 ladies for 2 hours every week for 6 weeks. Something's got to come from that. I'm hoping, right? I'm doing something new. If I like bridge after that, great. But if not, I've tried something new, and it's opened the doors into a new group of people. Do you see where I'm going with that? Okay. But a real estate term is farming a certain area. They talk about farming an area. That is picking an area that you want to do business in. So you Indiana girls, let's say you want to do shows in Fisher. Isn't that the way Fishers? Let's say you want to do shows in Fishers. Then you're going to go to Fishers and go to the Target there, or you're going to go to the grocery store there, or you're going to say at your shows, hey, I'm really trying to get my business going in Fishers. Do you know anyone that lives in that area? So you're going to target and be intentional about a specific area that you want to do business in. Okay? When you think something nice, say it. Okay? It's kind of like Thumper, you know, only he said if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. But if you think something nice, say it out loud. You know what that does? It takes the wall down on someone and they're automatically approachable.
Yeah,
if you
right.
say, oh my gosh, I love your haircut, or I love that necklace, and they're like, oh, thank you. And then they'll turn around and they'll be more apt to have conversation with you. So, you know, a lot of times we think, man, that girl's really adorable. You know, or I love her hair. Go up and say it to her. Don't we all love to get a compliment? Don't keep it to yourself. You know, my son used to get that whole thing mixed up, and he'd say, if you can't say something, don't say nothing. If you can't say something, don't say nothing. Facebook is a great place to brand yourself. Listen to that. Facebook's a great place to brand yourself. Are you branding yourself in a positive way? If you are branding yourself as a Premier Designs jewelry lady, are you posting things liking things that are going to put you in a positive light. Don't get on there and talk about how your kids were throwing up on them, or, man, I worked all day and then I had to come home and do a show and I'm exhausted today. Do you see me?
I don't want to sign up now.
Yeah, exactly, right? So think about that. You're asking your hostesses and your customers to be your friend on Facebook. We want to do that. And that is a great way to build a relationship. And you want to like things that they post and comment on things that they post so that you are doing that all along, so that when you call them and ask them to help you out with the show or to come to something, it's a warmer invitation, right? Because you've built a relationship by commenting on things that have to do with their family and liking things, and it's a closer communication. So really think about the importance of how you look on Facebook, okay? Do a lunch and learn. That's an opportunity. A lot of offices love to have women come in over the lunch hour. They maybe order pizza or sandwiches and give you an opportunity to teach their women at their office, maybe the best, polished look, just anything. But that's an opportunity that you can take and approach a business owner to do that. Retirement communities, they love to play bingo. Offer your retired jewelry as bingo prizes. The ladies love to do fashion shows. They particularly love to learn how to tie those scarves. They think that's so much fun. I've got 2 jewelry shows set up at a high-end retirement establishment here in Dallas where they want to be able to shop for Valentine's Day. And so I'll have my retired jewelry there at a really great price and, offer to gift wrap and everything so that they can buy and go straight from there. Networking after hours, there's all kinds of opportunities for that. If you get on Meetup, or just look at your chamber events, there is something morning, noon, and night to get involved in. So you just have to take a little bit of extra time and see what's out there. If you are in a large networking group, don't go in and get intimidated thinking you have to meet everyone and you have to gather tons of cards. If you get 4 or 5 cards, 4 or 5 names to bring home with you that day, that's awesome. Because that's doable. You can follow up with that. And, I learned kind of a good/bad lesson. One of my first networking events I went to here, I switched handbags. You know how we do. We needed it to match.
Yep, she didn't have
And
her
my
stuff.
business cards were my other ones. So I got my networking event. I had no business cards. Well, really, it turned out to be an advantage for me because then I was in control of the follow-up. I gathered the cards and I said, I don't have my cards with me, but I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow and make sure you have my information. So I had their cards. I was in control of the follow-up. I got on an email and just said, hey, this is Jerri Ross. I met you last night. Remember me? The one that forgot my business cards? I told you I'd follow up today. Here's my information. Love to get together for coffee or lunch and get to know you a little bit better. See? So it's really, sometimes it's good you forget your cards, but I wouldn't suggest that you do that. All right, I want to give you an example. Megan, come up here. We're going to pretend we're at a networking event, just real quick, for those of you just kind of know what you do when you go there. First of all, you want to make sure you have a name tag, okay? And if they're not giving out name tags there, you want to make sure you have your premier name tag on. Now, where do you wear your name tag? On the right side. Why do we wear it on the right side? Because when you shake hands, you can read each other's name down. Okay? So that's why we do that. So we're going to shake hands, and Megan's just come into the networking event, okay? I'm there. So we have our name tags on, and I'm going to say, Megan, hey, I'm Jerri Ross. I'm with Briggs Freeman Realty. What do you do?
Hi, Jerri.
Oh, no, wait, I have my glasses so I can go. Okay, start over. Okay. Megan, I'm going to shake her hand firm. I'm going to touch it with my other hand. I'm going to look her in the eye, and I'm going to say, Megan, hey, I'm Jerri Ross. I'm with Briggs Freeman Realty. What do you do?
Oh, hi, Jerri.
And you're going to let go. Yep. Gets creepy. Hold on.
My name's Megan Basili, and I'm so great to meet you. I have a Premier Designs jewelry business, and I've done that for 10 years.
Wow, like you have an actual store, or?
No, I don't actually have a store. I can go anywhere. It's really awesome. I've got some amazing high fashion jewelry, and I show it to ladies and their friends, and we just have a great time. It's a lot of fun.
That sounds like a blast.
It is.
Hey, how can I help you? Like, what kind of a referral are you looking for?
I'm looking for people that know lots of people that, not necessarily all women, but people that we can just get to know and meet that love to have fun, love to just have social time with their friends, and just anybody that might even be looking for a little extra income, stay-at-home moms that want to get out of the house.
Perfect. Well, I definitely want to connect you with Terry. I know she's going to be someone you're going to definitely want to meet.
Fantastic.
Okay, so do you see, I have, but, you know, I'm doing the giver's gain right off the bat. I've met her and I'm asking, how can I help you? It's all of, you know, I've met her, how can I help you? What kind of referral are you looking for? You know, who can I connect you with? And so then she's going to be more apt to do the same for me, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I just kind of wanted to give you all a visual of what that looks like. So that's what you would do when you go to a networking event. So you're not having to cover the whole room, but you want to connect with just, you know, even if you go home with 3 or 4 names, that's a good start. Okay?
That's great.
Okay,
Thanks.
We got like 10 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Main thing is on those networking events is just to be you. You know, they want to be your friend. Don't go in and just feel like you have to be all business, because you're not going for the one-time sale. You're going for the long-term business relationship that you can have continued business and a future business with that person. Offer door prizes, you know, to do that, silent auctions, any opportunities that you can get your product in front of other people. Hostess and customer appreciation events. Those are always great. You know, we should all be able to learn at least, we should all be able to earn at least the first level on this baseball contest.
Yes.
We can do our own personal home show, and we can do a mystery hostess, right? Or a fundraiser event.
Yes.
We should all have at least 24 shows this year.
Yep.
This year. You know, I mean, so we all have 24 shows this year, right? We already have 24 shows on the calendar. Right? So we can do that. That's doable. So here's another suggestion for a show. You know, people are in a hurry. Offer to host a jewelry dash where they can dash in and dash out. Okay, the word dash says to people, hey, I don't have to stay and linger longer. I can just pop in, learn a quick message about the jewelry, place my order, and go. This is great for those busy moms. So you might want to say if they bring a carload of women to dash in and dash out, you'll give them all an extra ticket for whatever you're drawing for. You can have iced down bottles of water and little paper bags that have M&Ms and Chex Mix and stuff all mixed in so they can take their snack and go. Build it all on a kind of a jewelry dash. You want them to dash in and dash out. Okay, so here are the questions that I want you to ask yourself after this talk that you've had with me. What are you going to begin doing? What are you going to begin doing that will market yourself for future bookings? What are you going to begin doing? What are you doing right now? If you're doing something right now that you think is good and you're doing it well and you want to continue doing it, write that down. What networking opportunities can you add to your calendar? It may be that you just want to join a ladies group or a, what do you call that? Tots? Something tots. For those of you that
Mops.
Tops, mops. One of those things. It's an acronym, right? Is it an acronym?
Yeah.
Mother of preschool.
Oh, Mother of Preschool. How old are you? Wow. We didn't have cell phones when my kids were little. You guys just don't know what you got going on. You know, too, when you get involved in a group, remember this too, don't just get in and be a part of the group. Get in and serve in the group. Because that's really where you get to know people. That's where you're going to develop the relationships that are going to take you into their homes. How many people can you plan to meet with each month for coffee or lunch? Now this is people who know people. A good suggestion, maybe your first person you might want to take to lunch is your hairdresser. How many people do they know?
A lot.
How many people sit in their chair every day and say, I hate my job, or I want to stay home with my kids, or I need more money? It's like a counseling chair. You go to get your hair done and, you know, or your nails done, and ladies tell it all right there. Decide what you want. how bad you want it, and what you're willing to do, or what you're willing to give up to accomplish that. You know, Pauline and I can tell you, because we're both old geezers in this business. We're cute young old geezers. But we've been in this business a long time. She's been in longer than I have. For me, it really hasn't changed over 26 years. It hasn't. Our marketing plan and our hostess plan is the same, but our methods have changed a lot. You know, the way that we have to communicate with people, the lifestyles of people have changed. Are there still shows out there? Yeah, but we just have, they look a little different than they did 26 years ago. So, you know, you're going to get a lot of motivation here. Motivation's kind of like a warm bath. Feels good while you're in it, but when you're out, it's over with, right? It's about the transformation. It's about what you take away from here and then you really apply in your business to transform your next year. Now, something I forgot to read to you, I'm going to do that and I'll be done. Okay? You can tell how long I've been doing this because this piece of paper has been in my notes for a long time. Because look how dated it is. See the cute little cornucopia graphic with red? I mean, I printed this a long time ago. Now, I do this every year, but I don't have my new copies of how I've tweaked it over the years, but the words have stayed the same. Now, this is a letter that I sent out at Thanksgiving, but you can do this any time of year and just make it be for whatever holiday you're going to use it for. But here's the thing. You want to stay in constant contact with your customers and hostesses. You want to touch them on a pretty regular basis so that they remember you when they want to host a show. They remember you when they need a gift. They remember you, okay? So the more that you can stay in front of them, the better. So this is a letter, and it's a Thanksgiving letter, and then I include it with like a catalog or a gift card, but I'm going to switch it to be a Valentine's card, okay? Very simple. It says, as Valentine's Day is fast approaching, I cannot help but reflect on the things for which I'm most grateful. You have supported my business by either hosting a show or attending a show and purchasing some of my beautiful jewelry. If it weren't for ladies like you, I wouldn't have a business. In appreciation, I've enclosed a $10 gift card to be used towards your next purchase of Premier Designs for me. God has blessed my business this year through you, and I'm so grateful. I wish you the best in the new year to come. Joyfully serving you, Jerri Ross. Okay?
That's awesome.
Y'all have a great 2016.